Most players walk past a slot machine that just paid out. They think it's done. They think it's cold. What they don't know is that the machine just entered a window, a reset window, and in that window, the system behaves differently than you've been told. This is not about luck. This is about control, and 99% of players will never see it coming. Have you ever noticed this pattern? Have you ever walked away from a machine right after someone hit big? Comment yes or no right now, because what I'm about to reveal will change the way you see every casino floor. I've spent years studying casino operations. I've interviewed former slot technicians. I've analyzed payout data. I've reverse engineered the behavioral systems built into these machines. And what I discovered is not a secret. It's a blind spot. A blind spot that costs players millions every single day. This isn't conspiracy theory. This is system design, and the people who built these systems never expected you to understand how they actually work. Former casino staff will tell you the same thing. The machines are not what you think they are. The randomness you've been told about is real, but it's only half the story. The other half is behavioral architecture, and that's where players lose everything. Let me tell you what you believe. You believe every spin is independent. You believe the machine has no memory. You believe that if someone just hit a jackpot, the machine is cold. You believe that waiting will help. You believe your intuition matters. And you believe that casinos are just gambling businesses. You're wrong on every single count. Here's the reality. Every spin is independent. That part is true, but the machine's behavioral design is not independent. The payout distribution cycle is not independent. The volatility profile is not independent, and the psychological traps built into the system are definitely not independent. Casinos are not gambling businesses. They're behavioral engineering firms, and the product they're engineering is you. Most players operate on superstition. They think machines get hot or cold. They think certain times of day are better. They think loyalty cards affect payouts. None of that is true, but here's what is true. Machines enter different phases, phases that affect hit frequency, phases that affect player retention, phases that affect how long you stay and how much you lose. And the reset phase is the most dangerous one of all. Let's talk about what actually happens when a slot machine hits a major payout. And I'm talking about real payouts, jackpots, bonus rounds, large line wins, anything significant enough to trigger an emotional response in the player. When that event happens, the machine doesn't change its RNG. It doesn't rig the next spin, but the system logs that event, and the behavioral algorithm shifts. This is called the regression phase, and during this phase, the machine is statistically more likely to deliver smaller, frequent wins. Not because the RNG changed, but because the volatility profile shifted. The machine moves from high volatility to low volatility. It moves from rare big hits to frequent small hits. And this shift is not random, it's designed. Why? Because casinos understand something most players don't. After a big win, you're emotionally vulnerable. Your dopamine is spiked, your confidence is inflated, your risk tolerance is off the charts. And if the machine went completely dead right after that big win, you'd walk away. You'd leave with your money. You'd feel satisfied. And the casino can't allow that. So instead, the machine gives you small wins. It gives you near misses. It gives you partial line hits. It gives you the illusion of momentum. And while you're riding that emotional high, you keep playing, you keep betting, and slowly, invisibly, you give it all back. This is the reset trick. Not a trick you perform, a trick performed on you. Here's what most players don't understand. Modern slot machines are not standalone devices, they're networked. Every machine on the casino floor is connected to a central server, and that server tracks everything. Every spin, every win, every loss, every payout event, in real time. This is called a server-based gaming system, and it's completely legal. The casino is not rigging individual spins, but they are monitoring the entire floor. And when one machine pays out big, the system knows. The system logs it, and the system can adjust the floor-wide volatility balance to maintain overall house edge. Let me explain what that means. If one machine just dumped a $10,000 jackpot, other machines in the same bank may tighten slightly. Not dramatically, not illegally, but enough to keep the casino's overall profit margin stable. This is called dynamic floor balancing, and it happens automatically. The casino manager doesn't push a button, the system does it, and you never see it happen. But here's the key. The machine that just paid out, that machine doesn't tighten. That machine enters regression mode. It enters engagement mode because the casino wants the winner to stay. They want the winner to keep playing, and they want everyone watching to think that machine is hot. So they let it pay small, they let it hit frequently, and they let you bleed yourself dry while you're still feeling like a winner. Slot machines are not designed to pay randomly. They're designed to pay strategically. The goal is not to win or lose on any individual spin. The goal is time on device. Because the longer you play, the more the house edge grinds you down. And the house edge is not a theory, it's a mathematical certainty. So how do they keep you playing? With an engagement algorithm. After a big win, the machine increases hit frequency. You start seeing more small wins, more scatter symbols, more bonus teases, more free spin triggers that pay almost nothing. And your brain interprets this as momentum. Your brain interprets this as a hot streak, so you keep playing. You increase your bet size, you ignore your stop loss, and by the time you snap out of it, your balance is gone. This is not gambling. This is behavioral manipulation. The machine is feeding you just enough reward to keep your hand on the button, just enough hope to keep you from walking away, and just enough illusion to make you believe you're in control. But you're not in control. The algorithm is. Which of these 3 points hit you the hardest? Type 1, 2, or 3 in the comments, because this is just the beginning. The next layer is even darker. Every slot machine has a volatility profile. Low volatility means frequent small wins. High volatility means rare big wins. But here's what the casino doesn't advertise. Volatility is not static. It shifts, it cycles, and those cycles are designed to maximize player retention and profit extraction. After a high volatility event, the machine enters a low volatility phase. This is the reset cycle, and during this phase, the machine is statistically safer to play. You're not going to hit another jackpot, but you're also not going to experience long, dead spins. You'll get base game action, you'll get small wins, you'll stay engaged, and the casino will slowly drain your bankroll while keeping you entertained. Most players don't recognize this cycle. They play through it blindly. They think every session is the same, but it's not. Sessions have phases, machines have states, and if you don't understand what phase you're in, you're playing blind, and blind players always lose. Here's the most profitable moment for a casino. It's not when you're losing, it's when you just won, because that's when your brain is compromised. That's when your logic shuts off. That's when you believe the machine likes you, and that's when you make your worst decisions. This is called the profit halo effect. After a win, players overestimate their skill. They underestimate risk. They increase bet sizes. They ignore time limits. They chase the feeling, and they give everything back, plus more. Casinos have studied this for decades. They've optimized every element of the experience to exploit this exact moment. The sounds, the lights, the payout animation, the ticket printer, all of it is designed to amplify your emotional high and keep you playing. The reset trick is the system's way of capitalizing on your vulnerability. The machine doesn't reset. You do. Your judgment resets, your discipline resets, and the casino takes full advantage. Let's go deeper. Why do people keep playing after a big win? Because of a cognitive bias called the hot hand fallacy. You believe that winning once means you'll win again. You believe the machine is in your favor. You believe luck is on your side. But luck is not a force. Luck is a statistical outcome, and over time, statistics always win. Casinos don't rely on your ignorance. They rely on your emotion, fear, greed, hope, regret. These are not weaknesses, these are tools. Tools the casino uses to control your behavior. Every design choice on the casino floor is built around emotional manipulation. The carpet patterns that make you lose track of time, the absence of clocks and windows, the free drinks that lower inhibitions, the lighting that triggers alertness, the sound design that mimics winning even when you lose. And the reset window? That's the emotional kill zone. That's where your brain is most vulnerable. That's where you're most likely to make impulsive decisions. And that's where the casino makes most of its money. This is not gambling. This is behavioral engineering, and you are the experiment. Let me be very clear about something. I am not telling you how to beat the casino. You cannot beat the casino. The math is unbeatable. The house edge is real. Over time, you will lose. That is a fact. But most players don't lose because of math. They lose because of behavior. They lose because they don't understand what's happening to them. They lose because they play emotionally. And they lose because they believe the system is fair. The system is not fair. It's optimized. Optimized to extract maximum profit from every player who walks through the door. Understanding the reset trick will not make you a winner, but it will stop you from being a victim. It will give you visibility, it will give you control, and it will give you the ability to walk away before the system bleeds you dry. Do you want me to expose the next layer? Should I break down the floor management systems, the facial recognition software, the player tracking algorithms? Comment system if you're ready for part 2, because what I've shown you today is just the surface. Here's the truth most players will never accept. You are not playing against a machine. You are playing against a system. A system designed by psychologists, mathematicians, and engineers. A system that has been tested and optimized for decades. A system that knows more about your behavior than you do. The reset window is real, but it's not a vulnerability in the system. It's a feature designed to trap you at your weakest moment, a feature designed to exploit your emotions, a feature designed to make you believe you're winning while you're actually losing. Most players walk past a machine that just paid out. They think it's cold, they think it's done, and they move on. But the smart ones, the ones who understand the system, they see something different. They see a window where the machine's behavior is predictable, a window where the psychological trap is visible, a window where they can play with awareness instead of emotion. You can't beat the casino, but you can stop playing blind. You can recognize the phases. You can control your exposure. You can walk away before the system resets you. This is only the beginning. The deeper you go, the darker it gets. The facial recognition systems that track your emotions, the AI algorithms that predict your breaking point, the personalized offers designed to bring you back after you've lost everything. It's all connected, it's all designed, and it's all working exactly as intended. The question is, are you going to keep playing their game? Or are you going to start seeing the system for what it really is? The reset trick still works, but not the way you think. It works for the casino every single time. And until you understand that, you'll keep losing.